Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital 2-week spoilers for March 31. April 11, 2025. See Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, pushing Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, sparking, and Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, being terribly scared. On Monday, March 31st, we have Kai, Jen's Austin Estrup, opening up to Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali. Now he has big news to tell her about because of the elective surgery, the experimental surgery that Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, has offered to cover the cost of. And you know, he's trying to make it sound like it's part of his pediatric initiative. But anybody that Drew can pull clothes that has popular public opinion, that's what he's going to do, because everybody thinks he's so horrible. So Kai may want some advice from Trina on how to proceed with Drew, and Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, heads over with Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, or they arrive at Charlie's pub, and she wonders laughingly if it's a good idea for him to be there, since the last time he was there, he punched Lucky and wound up arrested. But then the day takes a big turn when Molly gets horrible news. Her dad, Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, has been seriously injured in a car crash. And of course, it'll be a little while longer before she knows it's her sister's fault. Meanwhile, Lucky is trying to get to Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, at the crash site. He had talked to Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Muncy, who of course is on hand for the crash, because she was checking out her handiwork and starting to have some regrets. And they're trying to get them out. Christine is freaking out, walking around looking horrified. She sees that her sister's dad Rick is unconscious behind the wheel. He has a serious-looking head wound. He's bleeding, so this is bad. And then Max Scorpio, John G. York, and Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, have a talk, and he is showing her a PCP file and thinks this might change her mind on something. I wonder if it's about Valentine Casadine, James Patrick Stewart, or Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. It could be about the brake lines on Rick's car. I think that'd be pretty fast for that though. Drew thinks that he has been betrayed by someone and makes a call to get something done and doesn't care how. So I wonder if Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, was able to wiggle Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove, out of the way, and maybe he's not going to help Emma Scorpio Drake. Braden Bruner opens up to her grandma Anna after Emma has some time with Tracy with the whole Quartermain chain thing, and Anna is ready to cut the chains off. But I can't imagine they're going to bulldoze that crypt, right? Sonny and Jason are up in Canada, and their mission goes off the rails. They're trying to get the info from the hitman, Soliski, on who sent in with the bomb to blow up Sonny's apartment and who nearly killed Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell. But things are going to go awry, and it looks like the guy either gets away or does something, and they have to kill him, and then they won't get the info. But Sonny reassures Jason that he doesn't think that the trail is entirely cold yet, and he has an idea on where to look next for the identity of the bomber. On Tuesday, April 1st, this is no joke despite the date. There's a very special episode for the 62nd anniversary of General Hospital. They are opening up a beautiful new set, the Dr. Monica Quartermain, Leslie Charlson, Cardiac Care Wing, and it's going to have a brand new memorial wall with pictures of all the past doctors and nurses. And just by the way, this is not the death episode for Monica. Obviously, Leslie Charlson will not be there. They had already written this episode before she passed away, but they hadn't filmed it yet. So with Leslie passing away, obviously she couldn't be in the scene, but we're going to get a whole separate storyline arc on Monica's death and a full-scale funeral and memorial. But in this episode, they're still going to be pretending that Monica is alive. And since they couldn't have Leslie Charlson there, they are instead heavily featuring veteran actress Jenny Francis. The Laura Spencer actress has been on the show, since the 70s. So she will be taking point on this. And Ned Ashton, Waddy Kurth, and Tracy are there on hand, and they're going to spend some time looking at Alan Quatermain's Stuart Damon photo and talking about family. On Wednesday, April 2nd, Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, interviews somebody. Maybe she needs a replacement lawyer while Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, take some time away to deal with this mess Christina has made. We'll see. And Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, issues a warning to someone, and Sunny is at some point going to realize she needs to distance herself from Sunny because he is compromising her ability to be a good leader because people are starting to doubt her. Brennan, Chris McKenna, and Carly agree about something, maybe about moving forward in their relationship. And Maxie is pushing Lucas Jones, Van Hansis. I think it's about getting in touch with handsome Marco, Adrian Ancondo, who will be in Port Charles soon because he's Natalia Rogers Ramirez, Eva Laru, son, and possibly Sidwell's son. We also have Jason and Lucas having a serious discussion this week in the waiting room at General Hospital, and they may be discussing Liz's injuries from the car crash. Thursday, April 3rd, Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, has had enough and put her foot down. Sounds like it's probably with Drew, but if she does, he may double down on the blackmail. Sasha and Jason have a sweet sort of moment on Thursday. Sparks are about to fly. Natalia has some strong and harsh things to say to her ex-husband. Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, is suspicious of something on Thursday, and she has FaceTime with her agent, her trainer agent Vaughn. And we're going to find out what her fate is this week. Cardi puts Lucas on the spot, and this might be about Marco. We'll see. Friday, April 4th, we're going to wind up week 1 with Jocelyn finding out if she made the cut. Is she going to be a WSB agent or not? I'm assuming she will be, and somebody interrupts Kai and Trina maybe while they're canoodling. Ava Jerome, Maura West, gets some shocking news. I'm assuming that she already knows about Rick's accident. So the shocking news may be that the brake lines were cut, and they start doing the math on realizing that she was the target because Rick's car was parked in her spot. Carly and Jason try and figure out how to handle their differences of opinion. And Drew is back to bickering with Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, heading into the week of April 7th through the 11th. We'll have more of Curtis and Drew hurling accusations at each other. And Portia and Nina really need to come up with a way to shut Drew down and do it fast or else. This whole deal with Portia and Drew blackmailing her and her trying to keep Curtis in the dark again, which she knows is a bad idea, is all going to come back around and bite her in the butt. Next week in week 2, we are going to have Jocelyn starting as an official WSB agent, it looks like. Looks like she is. I don't know if they get a badge since they're secret agents. I'm assuming they do, but you can't do anything with it. She's about to be living a double life as a spy and hiding things from her mom Carly. Trina and Kai's romance keeps sizzling and spiraling into this real little cute romance thing. Alva is still reeling from the shock that someone tried to kill her, and the dots surely can be connected very rapidly back to Christina. So we'll see because this is going to be a big mess for Sunny and Alexis to have to clean up, and Alva is not going to let it go. Not by any means. We also have Reza Dawkins back these 2 weeks as Nurse Emmy Driscoll, because we're going to have more hospital scenes because of Rick and Liz's injuries. And we will see the last of the hitman Salisky. I swear, I thought they were saying the president of Ukraine Zelensky when I was hearing his name. I was like, what? Did they intentionally make it sound like the Ukrainian guy? It was just really bizarre. Remember that Rena's sofa is going to be gone until May sweeps, so she is off. And we're also going to have scenes in the coming week with Cassandra James as Terry Randolph. And of course she'll be around because Liz got hurt. And Liz is a really good friend of hers. The latest spoilers for General Hospital between March 31 and April 11 promise intense drama, shocking revelations, and unforgettable moments for your favorite characters. From Maxie's determination to push forward with her plan to Jason sparking serious conflicts and Lucky's growing fear, These next 2 weeks are filled with heart-pounding twists. As the citizens of Port Charles face danger, deception, and a myriad of personal struggles, tensions rise, and fans are in for a rollercoaster ride. Let's break down the key moments that will shape the upcoming episodes. Maxie has been through the ringer in recent months, but her determination to move forward is more apparent than ever. As the week progresses, Maxie finds herself in a situation where she can no longer sit idly by, especially with her personal life in upheaval. Her push for answers is nothing short of relentless, and viewers will witness a side of her that they haven't seen before. Maxie's strength in the face of adversity is something that will resonate with longtime fans, but it also means she's putting herself in even greater danger. Will she finally uncover the truth, or will her relentless pursuit push her too far into dangerous territory? Jason's storyline intensifies as the hitman's role in the town becomes increasingly complicated. Jason's alliances are tested, and he faces challenges that could change the course of his future in Port Charles. A lot of the drama around Jason centers on his efforts to spark changes that could impact both his personal life and his work with the Corinthos organization. Jason's decisions during these episodes will reveal his true feelings toward the people closest to him and give fans more insight into his complicated relationship with family and loyalty. However, as Jason tries to keep control of his world, he soon realizes that things are spiraling out of his control. The risks he takes could lead to devastating consequences, particularly for those who are closest to him. At the same time, Lucky finds himself gripped by fear in a way fans may not have expected. His journey will see him confronting old demons while dealing with a new set of threats. Lucky has always been one to put on a brave face, but the stakes are raised as his personal and professional lives collide. The mounting pressure forces Lucky to make difficult decisions, and his growing anxiety becomes evident in his every move. As he tries to protect the ones he loves, Lucky begins to question everything he thought he knew. Is he ready to face the darkness that seems to be closing in on him, or will he break under the weight of his fears? As the drama unfolds, viewers will be introduced to new characters and relationships that will keep them guessing. The complex web of relationships in Port Charles is ever-changing, and the next 2 weeks will prove to be no exception. Secrets that have been buried for years are starting to come to light, and those who thought they were safe are finding out just how easily their worlds can be turned upside down. The twists and turns in these upcoming episodes of General Hospital aren't just about love and loss. They also delve into themes of power, control, and survival. Every decision made could have lasting consequences, and with each character's fate hanging in the balance, there's no telling how things will turn out. As Maxie pushes forward, Jason makes life-altering decisions, and Lucky struggles with his own fears. The stakes have never been higher for the people of Port Charles. One of the most compelling aspects of General Hospital during this period is the emotional complexity that the show continues to explore. From Maxie's heart-toucher to Jason's ever-turbulent existence, and Lucky's internal battle, viewers will be captivated by the depth of these storylines. The relationships between characters are tested in ways that feel authentic, showcasing the raw vulnerability and strength of each individual. As these arcs unfold, it's clear that this period in Port Charles will leave an indelible mark on both the characters and the audience. Throughout the next 2 weeks, Maxie's determination to move forward will put her in more difficult situations. She faces an internal struggle between what she knows and what she hopes for, and her push for answers will have her testing the limits of her endurance. While she strives to move past the pain of her recent experiences, the challenges she faces will force her to confront even more difficult truths about herself and the people around her. Her growth as a character will be an emotional journey for both Maxie and her supporters. However, the darker side of her determination may not only bring her personal growth, but could also mean significant trouble in the future. Jason, always the stalwart figure in Port Charles, must confront his own weaknesses in these episodes. His dangerous world continues to get more complicated, And as his loyalty is tested, Jason begins to see how fragile this situation really is. The choices he makes will undoubtedly ripple throughout the Corinthos organization and beyond. What he decides could either solidify his position or mark the beginning of the end for him. But, as always, Jason's sense of duty will keep him pushing forward, even as the stakes continue to rise. Lucky's fear-based storyline also comes to a head, with him facing choices that will have profound effects on his loved ones. His emotional state grows increasingly volatile as he wrestles with anxiety and insecurity, compounded by his inability to shake the shadows of the past. Lucky's arc during these episodes will reveal just how vulnerable he has become, despite his attempts to present himself as a strong, capable man. The strain of these pressures could very well lead to a breaking point, leaving fans to wonder whether Lucky can overcome his demons, or if he will ultimately be consumed by them. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.